The people that I thought was like family to me were in competition. Okay. So anyway, I finally completed my summer course in 2002, getting B's in both of my courses. My GPA stayed the same, but my units of course increased, and I was ready to get most of my printing units in for my graphic design courses. That ends harvest year 2001-02. So between September 1st, 2001 to August 31st, 2002, like Rocky 3, the fall 2001 desktop publishing print I got an A. Computer typing course, I got a B. English course, I got a B. Computer Windows, I got a C. And then for spring 2002, straight A's. English, I got an A. Printing hands-on, I got an A. And printing, cutting, and folding lecture, I got an A. So straight A's. And then summer 2002, printing advanced computer graphics was a B, and speech was a B. So anyway, I must read you, or I must teach you, I must challenge you, I must break you, but I must try. Anyway, this is the Rocky Four thing. This is the Rocky Four situation here. So anyway, so between September 1st, 2002, so between September 1st, 2002 to August 31st, 2003, like Rocky Four. Okay, with that, anyway, after starting my fall 2002 class courses, many people noticed my accomplishments. They were very impressed with me. I felt rich and successful, but my weight was creeping back up on me because I was not being very careful. It was not as much as it was before, but it was going to get up there. However, I did not let that stop me. I did not know how to get that down, but I knew that I needed to do so. During the fall of 2002, I started taking all graphic design courses. One took two lecture co- Okay, I took two lecture courses, one computer course, and another hands-on course. I learned more about colors and inking. They really helped me to become a better graphic artist and an artist by hand. During my birthday, we celebrated again along with my girlfriend. However, in the middle of the fall, just before my birthday, I moved into a studio apartment that was much smaller than the two-bedroom apartment that I moved out of. I had to give up so much of my furniture. I thought that it would be a better move, but I was wrong. It was not, and I knew that. I felt very uneasy about this, and that is where most of my troubles began to come back to me. With my church pastor withdrawing on us and giving more attention to the praise and worship team, it was it was getting more difficult for me to accomplish what I felt that I needed to accomplish. Still, I was doing my best. I went to work part time and school full time during the fall so that I could get as much as I could done before getting my degree to get out of that studio apartment. The place reminded me of one of the board and care homes that I lived in the past, and that was not what I wanted to go through. I proposed to my girlfriend and she said yes. I gave her an engagement ring and everything was looking pretty good with me, as though I thought. Later in time, After my birthday and Thanksgiving, I felt that my pastor and my support agency workers were becoming more and more selfish and not thinking. They were set they were setting plans and demanding that I be there. I felt that the pastor cared more about the church than about God, and more about money than about the people. That was not something that I wanted to go through. On the week of Christmas, I had a lump under my chin, and I had to be rushed to the hospital on Christmas Day. It was a Christmas that was not planned. We did not have a Christmas dinner. Instead, I had to eat fast foods because we did not have time to cook. I was in pain because they had to probe the lump. I got because it got bigger. I could not enjoy my food because it really hurt when I swallowed. But my mother insisted that I eat since I have not eaten all day that day. The next day, I went to the doctor and I got my lump checked up and my blood drawn. It showed that I just had some bacteria in there. And the lump, although it was coming out of my flesh like an egg, was healing. However, I finally finished my fall course in 2002 and I got an A in my graphic design course lecture studying color and hands-on color key study. I got a B in my other graphic design lecture course studying ink and computer graphics. There I got 2A in computer graphics. I got 2A's and 2B's, raising my GPA even higher, placing me on the official dean's list. I was only on the assistant dean's list before. Then, like Rocky facing the Russian, I started my spring course. I started my final English class, final graphic design lecture, and computer graphics color organization. My father decided not to let me drive because he thought that I did not need lessons. Also was very unhappy with me and my church because he felt that my church was only taking more from me than what they should have. I could not see that because him and I did not agree on the same thing. However, I did have a lot of fun with my girlfriend when we went with her sister and brother-in-law. They were very friendly and welcoming. Of course, the day after Thanksgiving, my girlfriend and I met up with them at Disneyland. And after the holiday season, we went to Knott's Berry Farm together. Time went by and I started studying more on in my English course and graphic design course. However, the work became even harder when the teachers wanted us to rely on their verbal teaching, and the budget cuts caused the tutoring hours to be cut. It was out of control. If that wasn't if that was not hard enough, I had people I thought cared about me and I cared about go out on 4 different sites and demanded my presence. They would not talk to me, they would not talk to one another. I felt that my loyalty was being tested. It did not take long at all after my weight started to increase. Okay, so it did not take long at all before my weight started to increase. Not rapidly, but slowly. It was a little bit difficult for me to pedal forward because I was crammed in a studio and I was always traveling and busy all of the time. My relationship started to get plagued when my girlfriend was starting to develop some difficulties and mood swings. Okay, so studying and working hard with frustration and difficulty was wearing me out. but I was able to make it. After the spring course came to an end for 2003, I looked at my grades and I saw that I got a C in my English course, a B in one of my printing courses, and an A in my graphic coloring course. After spring of 2003, after spring of 2003 ended and summer 2003 began, I started taking theater arts course. It was just a lecture and a movie watching. It was like taking a little summer break in summer school because we would just sit down and watch movies because that was what was part of the class. We watched movies that went from late 1950 from we watched movies that went from the late 1950s all the way to the very present time. My girlfriend and her parents also moved back to San Gabriel, where I was able to see her more. During the Special Olympics, I went back to running track and field because I knew that playing basketball would not help me become successful because it was a team effort and the team was out of order. I did not compete in much because it was just not really much to compete. Also, I had not been eating right or taking my vitamins. However, the summer games of Special Olympics started and I felt confident. I competed in the softball throw, shot put, the relay race, and the 100-meter dash. I got fourth place in the relay and first place gold medal in the softball throw, shot put, and the 100-meter dash.